specifically meant to fight Ganon.
Oh. And don't worry, dude. I'm sure I'm just of a dumbass.
Like
Especially.
the fucking light arrow, silver arrow.
Hey guys, welcome.
Maybe a holy arrow, but I think that might just be a translation thing that I heard somewhere. I think it's always been light arrow or silver. I don't remember.
Sure, we're not killing werewolves? Silver arrows?
I was going to make that fucking joke.
Hey guys! Oh my god, this is a bit of a number. Welcome to part 20 of The Legend of Zelda. Lordy hell.
That's another reason why fucking Twilight Princess was the shit, because you could combine shit with your bow to make it better. Like you could combine like this eagle scope. It's kind of like a telescope thing. You could combine that with your arrow to basically turn it into a sniper.
Whoa.
And you could also combine it with bombs to make exploding arrows.
Oh no, that's badass.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And there's like different types of arrows. Like there's fire and ice arrows in some of the later games. That's still the best, is making bomb arrows and turning your bow and arrow into a sniper rifle. That's pretty cool. Twilight Princess is awesome. Can't wait for the HD remake, even though I don't have a Wii U.
So guys, last time we went into Dungeon 7 and we managed to finally finish it off. This time we're going to be
And this time I don't gotta navigate him, because I had so much trouble looking for a map, he went ahead and looked it up himself.
And I still part with how much distance we gotta cover, because I seen...
I still got it up just in case.
Okay, because I seen just how big this map is. It's huge!
I think there are Zelda maps bigger than this, but it really depends on, like, your sense of scale and, like, you know, what how many screens it is and shit. Like, I'm not sure. I mean, I could probably look up which map is actually the biggest.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure there are maps that are bigger than this as far as, like, screen size goes. At least in 2D.
Okay, I need
It gets harder to measure when you get into the 3D games, though.
Okay, I need to go over... Oh shit.
Because in the 2D games, like, you could just measure it screen by screen. In 3D, it's not that simple.
No.
So, I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I might do that while we're, you know, recording, since I'm not doing anything else productive. And yeah, the reason I had so much trouble is GameFAQs wasn't loading for me. I was just going to go there. And Google Images is weird on my tablet, as I've stated. Like, it puts me on the mobile version or something, and, like, I go to Images, and, like, I can click on an image, but, like, instead of, like, giving me the screen where it says view the page or view image alone or whatever, it just kind of corrupts everything.
I'm trying to find the starting area. Okay, here it is. All I need to do is just head to the right. And I need to find a particular bush to burn.
Sucks. Now.
But I'm not sure which.
And, so I don't know. It's this weird thing. It's this way Chrome is.
Okay, I just need to keep on going out to the right, because if I remember correctly, Dungeon 8 is all the way out to the right.
Yo, Google, you used to be awesome. Quit fucking up.
Okay, there's the lake.
It seems every service Google updates or tries to fix just makes it worse.
Yeah, how close am I to Dungeon 8? Because I'm here at a lake, and there's 6 bushes in top right hand corner clumped together with two off to themselves, and there's just 2 random bushes on the right side in the straight paths.
I have no idea where you are.
Oh. Oh. Okay, right now I'm at the spot where, remember those 4 bushes? I had to burn the bottom right one.
I'm looking.
That's where I'm too. And there's 3 bushes.
Are you near green trees or brown trees?
Green. I'm certain all I need to do is just go right. I'm not sure.
Alright, I think I know where you're at. Try go down 1 or 2 screens and tell me what you see.
Okay. Go down 2 screens. Okay. Wait a second.
I just have 1 or 2. Or just basically move and tell me what's on the next screen you see.
Okay, I'm in a brown hilled area with a door in the mountain. And a skinny path going to the left. With the light
Give
in
me
the
a
bottom
second.
bottom right hand corner. Jeez, go away.
Jesus Christ, I'm confused. I don't know where the fuck you are. I can pinpoint your location, then I can guide you.
Okay, there's a lake, bottom right hand corner. There's a skinny path going to the left. There's a path going to the right. And there's a shop, I think, where there's a hole in the mountain almost in the top middle. There's a path going up right next to it.
Okay, there's a skinny path going to the left, right?
Yes.
I know exactly where you are, I think. You're actually not that far. Depends on which way you want to go about this. Yeah, we'll just go this way. You're on a beach, right?
Yes.
Alright, go all the way right to the edge of the beach. Like, basically till you hit water. And then go up until you see a path to your left, and once you hit that path and go back into the green tree area, there'll be like 8 trees right at the beginning. 4 across from 4, and once you get there, let me know, because then you're almost there.
Okay. I got the most iconic Zelda music stuck in my head right now.
The main theme.
Yep. And I had that stuck in my head for like the past couple of days now. Like, what the hell?
Dude, wait till if and when we play Ocarina of Time. Which you could probably do on your own time. I mean, hell, if you can run Star 64 at 60, you could probably do Ocarina of Time on your own time. I doubt we could record it with a decent frame rate, but you could probably play it on your own. But wait till you hear the music in that, man. Music in Link to the Past, too, even, because Link to the Past has some killer music.
Okay, I'm back into the trees. What did you say you want me to look for?
Alright. Go, left, up, and there'll be a skinny path to your, left. On your way up. And, you want to stop there, and there'll be a bush in the way. Burn that bush, and that's Dungeon 8.
Okay.
I don't remember Dungeon 8 being that hard either, so...
Oh my god, I can just spam fire. Hell yeah.
Yeah, the red candle's really good.
Oh my god. Whoa. That's a freaking fire. I'm gonna enjoy
Yeah,
this.
like, in Link to the Past, you get an item similar to the candle. It's the lantern.
Whoa.
But with this, you have, like, a definitive, magic meter, which is actually introduced in the second game. And every time you use it, that goes down.
Okay, so we're here in Dungeon 8. And I kind of like the gray color that it's in. It's like a pearl, like a off-white almost.
Yeah. I don't remember Dungeon 8 being that hard, so...
Bugs again! Ugh! I hate this four-headed shit.
Speaking of Dungeon 8, I'm almost on Dungeon 7 in my game, and I'm almost caught up to where I was.
Nice. Oh my god, that flower just got owned.
Let's talk about floors and owning. Wait till you get to Link to the Past, where it has. I'm just going to reference Link to the Past and Twilight Princess a lot, because those are my two favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Right behind that is Ocarina, and behind that probably be Link's Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Link's Awakening might be above Ocarina, and then there's Minish Cap.
God.
Wind Waker.
Nights.
It's not my least favorite. I'd say my least favorite's probably Spirit Tracks. And I like Phantom Hourglass a lot, but I'd say I put it slightly below Wind Waker and put Wind Waker slightly above it. And it has nothing to do with fucking the cell shading. That does not bother me at all. I don't care about the graphics. Okay. When I look at games, is if it plays good and looks good enough to tell what you're doing, then that's fine. Like I ain't a graphics person, so I didn't care about the whole Zelda fiasco. And I ain't gonna lie, I like the darker, more realistic look of Twilight Princess more. But I didn't, let that be the main reason I like that game. I mean, I love Wind Waker. It's just gameplay wise and just the way it is, I just don't like it as much as some of the other games.
Okay,
and the DS games are both pretty solid, but
what is this
Spirit Tracks has a lot of problems, and so does Phantom Hourglass, but I like it a lot more.
Oh my god, seriously? I found the book that quick?
I told you, Dungeon 8's pretty easy, actually. Like, you'd think it'd be really hard, but it's actually easier than, the past, 3 dungeons we've done. Don't let it lure you into a false sense of security, though, because Dungeon 9's a fucking nightmare. That one, I'm going to have a map handy for you, because there's no way you're going to be able to do it on your own. No offense, but I even had to pull up a map for that one. Dungeon 9's pretty fucking confusing.
Ooh, I can launch fire now.
Hmm?
Why does my wand still look the same color?
I don't know, because it treats the book as a separate item. I don't know. Ask Shigeru Miyamoto. He's the one who made the game.
Oh, ow.
And then ask him why he ruined Paper Mario 6 Sticker Star by telling him it shouldn't be an RPG.
Well,
but, when
I looked at the map, it showed 2 items in here. Oh my god, I just hurt my nose. What's the other item?
That is a key that unlocks any door in the game.
Ooh.
Basically, when you get that, you won't need to collect keys anymore. You can just use that.
Oh, I'm liking
So it makes sense you'd get it in the second to last dungeon.
Yeah.
Because otherwise that would kind of break the game. Though, I never found myself in a shortage of keys. I never had to buy an extra key at any point during the game.
No, me neither. I mean, I'm on Dungeon 8 and I still got 1 key left over.
I guess it just gives you that option in case you get lost or something. I don't know, but
maybe.
And that's why it's never a thing in later Zeldas. Keys to open dungeons might be a thing you'll need to find, but once you're in the dungeon, they usually all have their own keys that you just find naturally by progressing through the dungeon.
Okay, theory proven. The wand's fire does indeed light up dark rooms.
No, it's the Wand of Gamelon. Zelda fans will get that reference and they will be mad at me.
And I'm sitting here confused like a dimwit.
3 letters are C-E-I. That's all you need to know.
See, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of all you need to know to get that reference.
Wait, CDI. Oh god, I think I might know what you're referring to now.
And well, let's not do those. But I do want you to watch some videos about those.
Oh
You
my
need to
god, do you
know.
mean that like almost the cartoonish looking ones?
Yeah, you
Oh
don't
god.
need to play them, but you need to at least watch some videos about them or some YouTube poops about the cutscenes or whatever. Like you need to know. You don't need to play, but you need to know.
Do you remember the video that Andy sent us? But was it the
Yep.
Go away, Steam! Good grief.
Because like those things are so bad that they just like their legacy now is just being a meme. And you ask me, besides those, there was no truly bad Zelda games besides those. I wouldn't even consider them real Zelda games. I consider them almost like knockoff Zeldas, to be honest.
God, what's with the freaking flowers in here?
Because all the Zelda games I played have been good. They just like some have more flaws than others, and you know some I like more than others. None of them are truly bad games. Like even Spirit Tracks, which gets tons of flack, and I didn't even like a whole lot. Still a pretty decent game. It just has a lot of problems.
There's a single
Zelda 2.
room here.
Decent game, deep down, it just has a lot of problems and a lot of weird shit.
Wait, when do I find the red ring? I almost said
Dungeon
red ring.
9, last dungeon.
Oh god. Oh, there we go. Do 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 do. Just blew
Which
up.
I don't even know if that was a thing until fucking Link to the Past. That noise?
Blue
Like-
Knights. What the hell?
You ask me, Link to the Past is the definitive Zelda, because that's where 90% of the shit that makes the series came from. Oh, you know what? About 50%. I'd say 50% came from this, and 50% came from Link to the Past. Because when you go from this and Zelda 2 to Link to the Past, you will know why I hold that game in such high regard. And I played Link to the Past before Zelda 2 and Zelda 1, and I was like, and when I look back and played Zelda 2 and Zelda 1, I was like, yeah, these are fun, but wow, does Link to the Past improved everything.
Ow.
I'm not sure where I put the Oracle games yet. I probably put them on the higher end of the spectrum, because just by default, I like 2D Zelda games better. I mean, 3D games are amazing, don't get me wrong.
Dinner. Blaster.
Like, there you go. Like, fucking Twilight Princess is a fucking masterpiece, and so is Ocarina. And I haven't mentioned Majora's Mask because I haven't played it, and again, I can't play it because my GameCube controller's fucked up.
Okay, I got 2 doors.
But whenever I get a new one, I'm definitely going to play that. Don't worry. Even though the version I had like has a lot of glitches and shit, like I'm still going to play it because fuck you, it's all I got. Unless I get a 3DS, because if I get a 3DS, I'll just get the 3DS version.
Ah, these stupid bunnies again.
Because Nintendo's like, let's re-release every 3D Zelda, and they've just about done that. They re-released every one except, I think, Skyward Sword. That's the only one they haven't done yet now. Because there's Ocarina of Time 3D, Majora's Mask 3D, Wind Waker HD, and now Twilight Princess HD.
I'll tell you one thing that they should do. Stupid
Remake
crab.
this.
Redo, Four Swords. Yes, I know, just try Four
They
Swords.
kinda already did, and that's the version you played.
No,
And I wish I
mean,
would have had
like,
Wi-Fi at the time, because I would have grabbed that shit.
No, I mean, like,
I think I had internet when it came out, and I had my computer, but I didn't have like Wi-Fi, so I couldn't get it.
No, I mean like with like updated graphics and stuff like that. Because like
Yeah,
it's still using the NES graphics kind of things. So I mean I
yeah.
like.
I wish they do like just completely remake and like reimagine Zelda One. Like have the same dungeons, but expand on the world, make the graphics better, add some new stuff that came later. Like I think that'd be cool.
Oh no, that'd be
That's
sweet.
almost what Oracle of Seasons was. That's why I'm really curious to play that one to see how much of that got left over. Because now that I beat Zelda 1, I have more context of that now. So it's probably good I beat that before I played this. But
Die, you stupid crab.
I can't wait to get in there and see how much I'll be like, that's from Zelda 1. Because early, that was just going to be a Zelda remake. Then they decided to put out like 3 Zelda games. Then they cut it back to 2. And that's how they wound up with the Oracle games, which so far so good. I mean, I put it this way: if you like Link to the Past, you'll love Link's Awakening, and if you love Link's Awakening, you'll probably like the Oracle games because it's basically the same game with new shit.
Alright, old man.
Because like it uses the exact same graphical engine of Link's Awakening DX. Some of the items are the same, some of the dungeon and enemies are the same. There's a lot of new shit, and a lot of the new items are kind of interesting.
Oh god, that's something for me to watch out for. Spectacle Rock is an entrance to death.
Yeah, that's where Ganon is.
Oh.
This is the only game where I think Death Mountain's name is warranted. Because the dungeon Ganon's in is called Death Mountain. Yeah, that makes sense. In later games, they just keep it because that's the naming convention. And yeah, I'd still say it kind of fits in Link to the Past. Because that's where the last dungeon before Ganon is. Like, when you get to like Ocarina of Time, that's where the Gorons are, and like they're just kind of like awesome and funny. They're just cool, funny rock people. And also, I thought about it, and I think once we beat Link to the Past, since we, if we're not able to do 3D games yet, I say we move on to the Game Boy games. Because we can almost definitely run those.
Yeah.
If they're rated down in my mind, we can run those.
Where's the freaking map? This place is simple
And they're pretty good games too, so.
This place.
Because after Link to the Past, it's the Game Boy games and then Ocarina of Time. Again, it just depends on what our technological capabilities are at the time.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm just saying, like, if we can't do 3D, then we'll just do the Game Boy games first.
Oh yeah, of course. Launch the fire right at the frickin' door.
And actually, if we're going chronologically anyway, we need to do Link's Awakening before Ocarina anyway, because, like, it came out between Link to the Past and Ocarina. So we gotta do that before we do Ocarina Time anyway.
So wait now, quick question. What is Zelda's timeline?
Okay, do you mean release dates or in-game chronologically?
Chronologically.
I'm gonna have to look it up because it's been a while since I looked at it. It's kind of a nightmare.
Wait a minute, hold on. You mean that someone actually went through that and actually did it?
Nintendo did it because fans would not shut up about it. Because, like, since Ocarina of Time, and, like, since that was, like... Link to the Past is the first game with a real story, but, like, once Ocarina of Time came out and they added so much to the mythos, basically making Zelda its own mythology and shit, people are like, where's the timeline of events? Right? And so, ever since then, it's been this big fucking debacle. And a few years ago, before Skyward Swords came out, a book came out, which I want really bad, called Hyrule Historia, which is basically a history of all the games, some concept art, and all kinds of cool shit like that, and a timeline. And they've added new games since then that fit into the timeline in different places. Here, I'll just pull up the fucking timeline. It's been a while since I looked at it. And do we got enough time? Because this is a lengthy timeline.
We should.
We got 30 minutes at the most, so we're good.
Yeah. Well, where the hell am I going?
Alright, here we go. So, I ain't going to go through all the story. I'm just going to give you the order of the games as they are in the timeline.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Sure.
Okay. Skyward Sword is the first one. Chronologically, that is the first Zelda game. Then Minish Cap, which makes sense because I'll go a little bit into the story stuff. I ain't going to give you a full thing, but I'll give you a brief summary.
Okay.
Skyward Sword basically shows how Hyrule was founded, how the Master Sword came to be, how Ganon and the whole fucking reincarnation thing, because each Link in Zelda is a reincarnation. Ganon, I'm pretty sure, is just all the same guy. I'll get into that when I get to the Ocarina of Time section. Minish Cap sort of explains why you find rupees and shit in grass. I guess that would be the main thing. It also introduces Vaddie, the main villain of the Four Swords games. And that tells you his origin story and how you find rupees and all that shit. Then there's Four Swords, which you played that.
Oh, I love that game.
And here's where shit gets fucking convoluted. Like, it's all fine until you get to Ocarina of Time. Because there's like a three-way split in the timeline here. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, you beat the game. Everything's good. Link goes back. And Link, just goes back to relive his childhood and shit, right?
Yeah.
And, because, like, in the game, you... Basically, when you draw the Master Sword as young Link, you get trapped for 7 years because you aren't old enough, so the Master Sword kind of like traps you in time until you are. So after you beat the game, Zelda sends you back to relive your childhood. And directly after that is Majora's Mask. And then after that is Twilight Princess, where they... since Ganon's plan of the in the past is thwarted and before it even began, Ganon's captured and they try to execute him. And it shows this really badass cutscene in Twilight Princess where they stab him through the chest with a sword, and then he fucking wakes up and bitch slaps one of the sages and just kills him instantly.
Jeez.
It's fucking brutal. Yeah, Twilight Princess is dark, and that's why I love it. And, Ganon comes back again. And let me go back. Ocarina of Time also tells the origin of all Ganons. Alright, because this Ganon is the Ganon you fight in every Zelda game.
Okay.
And he was basically... There's a race called the Gerudo. They're these... it's a desert tribe of, women warriors. And every 100 years, a male is born and becomes their king. And that king happened to be Ganon. And, he turned out to be an evil prick. So anyway, after Twilight Princess, there's Four Sword Adventures, where, Betty and Ganon both come back. And then, that's it for that timeline. Now, you go to... Ganondorf is sealed away. This is where... sorry, this is where, Adult Link beats Ganon, and then, just stays in, the adult timeline or something. Yeah, Ganon comes back when Link isn't around, and basically the only thing that the king and the gods can do is just flood Hyrule. And that's how Wind Waker happens, and then there's Phantom Hourglass, which is a direct sequel. Then there's Spirit Tracks, which is 100 years later in a new Hyrule. Now, the fucked up thing is the timeline where Link basically dies in Ocarina of Time when fighting Ganon is the one that has the most games.
Oh god.
Because like when Link fails in that game, they still get the word out that Ganon's going to pull shit, and there's like a whole war that goes on, and that's where A Link to the Past comes from, and then you have Oracle Ages and Seasons right after that, and directly after that is Link's Awakening. And after all these, like 100 years later with a new Link, and it doesn't show this on this timeline because this is like the 2011 one, that's where you put in Link Between Worlds. And then after that is Zelda in a new Hyrule. Which, let me backtrack because this is another really confusing thing. Is the Zelda in Zelda 2 is not the same Zelda you save in Zelda 1. But the Link you play as is the same Link. It takes place in the same time. Because somewhere between Link's Awakening and Zelda 1, basically, I forget the story, but basically, the Princess Zelda during that time gets put to sleep for like 100 years or something. And between then is when Zelda 1 comes back and Ganon comes back and all that shit, the one you're playing now. And after you beat Ganon in this timeline, in this game, they tell you about the previous Princess Zelda, which is asleep, and that's the one you save in Zelda 2. And that's the timeline for now. Are you confused? Because boy am I.
My head hurts.
Yeah, it gets really convoluted. Like, Zelda is a pretty simple game, but when you like put all the games together, there is a fuck ton of lore. And there's like a ton of shit I did not even touch on. Again, I wasted a lot of hours of my youth on the Zelda wiki, so I know a lot about Zelda lore. Hell, I was looking up timeline theories before Nintendo even put out an official one.
Oh god.
Like, I was in there, dude. Like, since 2005, I've been in there on this shit. So, 10 years of being a Zelda nerd. Woo! But, yeah, there is a lot of fucking lore and shit. And basically what I want a new game, either in the Wind Waker timeline that shows more shit on the new Hyrule they found in Spirit Tracks, which would be interesting because, like, in that game you have, like, steam power and trains and shit.
Hmm?
So even after that, technology might advance even more. And I ain't saying I want a modern Zelda game. I don't want Link running around with a gun. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, a Hyrule with more advanced, like, magical technology or something would be interesting.
Yeah.
You know how I'd like it done? I'd like it done how Legend of Korra was done. Where it's still set in the magical Avatar universe with firebending and earthbending and all that shit.
Hmm?
But they put it in, like, a 1920 setting as how technology would have advanced with that magic shit. So, I'd like to see something with, like, that in Zelda, which some early shit shows that might be a thing, because that bow looked pretty high-tech by Zelda standards in the E3 trailer, so,
Trying to find
I don't know. And that thing he fought looked like it might have been mechanical, so I don't know. Yeah, the Zelda timeline and all the lore and shit, it's confusing as hell. It's interesting if you want to put some time aside and sit down and read it. Like, it's pretty interesting shit. Like, because, like, Zelda by this point has just as big as lore as, say, Lord of the Rings or Narnia or Harry Potter. Like, their lore is just as fucking big now.
Holy crap.
Like, Zelda is its own fantasy world. Like, there is no doubt about that. Hyrule is its own fantasy place. They could stand around. They could stand alongside Narnia or what was the place in Lord of the Rings? Middle Earth. Yeah, I never watched Lord of the Rings. I just know of it. But like, there's a lot of lore. Like, tons of different races, tons of different shit. Like, it's its own mythology, dude. Like, it's its own shit. And I think it's one of the first game series you really say did that. It really, expanded to have its own like deep history like that. I mean, now you got games like Skyrim and Elder Scrolls and all that shit that do that too. But like, you kind of have Zelda to thank for a lot of that. Really, you have Zelda to thank for 90% of like games, but that's that's you when you get fucking technical.
Yeah. I'm trying to
Because you know how you can walk in like 8 different directions in this game, or 4 different directions. That was new in 1986 when this came out.
Oh man.
Like that was Zelda's invention basically when this game came out. And the whole concept of exploring a huge world and all that shit also started with this game. Like, there's a Okay, then. There's a reason Zelda is so fucking beloved. Wow, I just blew my load all over everything about Zelda. Holy shit. Like, you got me started, and I just started rambling and just gushing about everything I love about Zelda, basically. I mean, there's a reason Zelda and Mega Man are next to each other in my top series list. Like, there's a reason. Like, because Zelda's fucking amazing. Like, Mega Man doesn't have a super deep lore until you get into, like, the X games and shit. But gameplay, they're just so solid and fun to play. That's why I love those so much. But Zelda has that and, like, a ton of, like, really cool lore and enemies and all kinds of shit, so, I like Zelda, okay? Shit.
Alright guys, I think that's going to have to do it for here. We'll continue in Dungeon 8 in the next one.
And hopefully I won't ramble the whole episode.
I'm trying to, because I think what I just managed to find is the path that's leading towards the boss door. I don't want to find that yet. What I'm trying to find is a second locked room. I might have already found that already.
Do you have the key yet?
That's actually what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find that key. So we'll find that next episode. We'll take on the boss.
And hopefully I won't ramble about Zelda lore for half an hour. Because honestly, I could probably fill several episodes with just talking about shit I know about Zelda lore and fan theories and a bunch of shit.
So guys, raise your sword to the like button if you guys enjoyed. And we'll see you in the next one where we will be continuing on in dungeon number 8. And about half of my health is gone. Good God. Later guys.
Bye-bye.